Who did this? Over here. It really looks like me. Apart from the teeth. And, well, I guess I've got a bubble stomach, so that's great. Where are you? Come over here and take a bow. This is amazing. Congrats, sir. Thank you. You've always wanted to make one. Can you just whisper me your cabin number? Just enter 4304. 4304. Can we send him something? Thank you so much. 430. That's amazing. How am I gonna get this home so it doesn't pop? I want my daughter to see this. Take a picture of it. I will. No, I'll somehow get it home. And there's a bag here with a duck in it. Card, I'll put that there. Calvin, are you joining me or not?
Yes.
Where has he gone? Calvin, are you joining me or not? Hello, Calvin? Where is he there? He's gone. Is he there or is he? He's gone. All right. Hello, everybody. How are you? 50 years ago, in about 3 hours' time, the original Mardi Gras left Miami, let go of the ropes, just over 1,000 people on board. Don't sit on me. Don't sit on me. I don't want your bottom on me. Don't take me backstage. No, just entertain them while I put you somewhere. Hi. I'll sit over here. So, oh, you're taking the chair, are you? Which one do you want? You want to sit on the stool? Okay. No, I'm not pulling it out. That's not really sitting on it, is it? You.
Makes me a little streamlined.
Oh, does it? Okay. Makes you look constipated is what it does. But, anyway, yeah, so it's amazing to think that in 3 hours' time, the original Mardi Gras left Miami with just over 1,000 people on board. And in 4 hours' time, it was stuck on a sandbank and that was the end of the cruise. It's incredible. 50 years ago, the cruise was over within 2 hours. We had one ship, the Mardi Gras, and here we are 50 years later, having survived all the different things that the world has thrown at us, some fires, some tragedy, hurricanes, all those things, and of course COVID-19. And here we are through all of that, 50 years later, this week with 79,000 people across the ships. Our 22nd ship will be open tomorrow, the Paradise, returning. Grand Cayman has decided to allow our ships in again. Starting the 25th of this month, so we'll be able to go back to the Cayman Islands. And that little thing, just so you know, being able to have the Cayman Islands open again actually really helps, because now with Key West sort of having the door half open, and with the Cayman Islands and also Jamaica reopening, it means we can stop doing all these changes that drives you crazy and drives the people back in Miami crazy as well. But that's right. Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, did you want to look at Calvin? And Calvin, do something to... Anyway, this isn't about me. I thought I could sit here and tell you stories of the old days, but there's so much going on in the cruise industry. I thought rather than me do all the talking and decide what we're going to talk about, I'd let you have a decide. So if you have a question about the history of the company, what happened in the old days, if you have a COVID question, if you have a question about the future, please ask me and I will do my very best to answer it. If I can't, I'll be honest with you and say that I can't. The only thing I would like you to do is stand up if you can, tell us your first name and where you're from and how many cruises you've done. We have Errol, yeah, he's walking around, and we have somebody else, do we? I didn't know if there was... I think it's just one, so he's going to be running a lot. We'll try and get to as many people as we possibly can. And are you leaving? Because this is going to help you, Lee. This is no. Where's he gone? Calvin is supposed to be helping. Can you get a mic then, Lee? All right, thanks, mate. That's Lee Mason, everybody. I was never that young, ever. So we're going to start at the back. And again, I can't really see if it's a gentleman or a lady, so...
It's a lady called Karen.
All right, Karen, take the microphone. Oh, Karen to start. That's good. No. Joking. By the way, can I say how sorry I feel for all the lovely Karens of the world?
Exactly.
It's awful. Who came up with this name?
Switch that name.
Yeah, let's call it...
Let's change it to Don't Be a Joan.
A Joan.
Joan.
Are there any Joans here? One Joan. And how many Karens are there? Sorry, it's a joke. Wait, no, just never mind. Karen, tell me where you're from, and can you tell me how many cruises you've done?
I'm from Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
I've been cruising with Carnival since 1991.
Wonderful.
MS Holiday was my first, so
Fabulous.
20-some.
20
I don't know
something.
exactly what.
Fabulous.
My question
Yes.
is about Hawaii.
Hawaii, yes.
Oh
God,
lately,
oh God. Spillage! Spillage! Quick, spillage!
It was there, but this
No,
is
the tech, I didn't go into the speaker, luckily. I should never have water on stage. I know that. Oh, God. Cameras out, everybody, cameras out. You'll never get this opportunity again. Shh, I need silence in the room for this. What's that? Oh, it's a wet floor thing. Tell the tech I'm sorry, it didn't go in the speaker, luckily. It's only sparkling water. What happened is you left and you kicked the can over as you walked away. What kind of entertainment director are you?
Well, that means I'm athletic.
Oh yeah. Where did you go? Thank you. I got it. Got to have some more monitor now, please. Thank you. Right, Karen, I'm so sorry. Hawaii, don't touch me. I'm doing it.
Do you see
I didn't go over there. Why are you doing that? Okay. Thank you, Lee. See, that's why you're so young. Sorry, Karen. Keep going.
My first trip to Carnival was a Journeys cruise, which was absolutely incredible.
Yes.
My question is, do you see Carnival going back to one way? I mean, I know the Jones Act with Canada and stuff like that, but it would be nice to be able to piggyback a week in Hawaii with a one-way cruise rather than the Journeys.
Yeah, no is the answer, and it's because of the Jones Act at the moment. There is a sub-law within the Jones Act that says we're not allowed to do that, and it's such a shame. And hopefully, you know, after everything that the cruise industry has been through, that as a industry we can get this Jones Act abolished, because
Yeah, but if
it's
Canada...
Pardon?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
If Canada gets their act together, that would be a foreign port, right? We could go from Canada to Hawaii and then whatever the reverse
if that's a possibility, certainly, but a lot of things have to be in place. So we'll obviously keep you informed. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Jones Act is, here's Calvin to tell you more about it.
So there was this man named Jones. And he said, you know what we should do is we should act out.
Thank you, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank you, Calvin. Who's got a question? Do we have, who's that? Is that, hi, hello. We got somebody in here, Lindsay. If anybody's over on this side, just wave Lindsay at you. We'll do this lady here and then I'll come to Lindsay next. Hi.
Hi, John.
Hello, it's good
My
to
name's
see you.
Sharon.
I know.
We've known each other a long
We
time.
have. Hold the microphone close, Sharon. There you
My,
go.
my question to you is, when did you start being a cruise director? Because I know you worked yourself up, and I know you were my cruise director in a Mediterranean cruise in Italy on the Freedom.
That's right.
That's when we met. I don't know the year that you actually started as a cruise director.
Thank you. So I started with Carnival in 1987. 1987. Yes, I was 20. I actually fibbed about my age because I wasn't actually old enough to come to ships, but I left ships much to the unhappiness of my parents. I had a really good job in the city. Job in the city of London, and yet I saw an advert in something. Some of you will have to Google this word if you're millennials and you've got ripped jeans. In a magazine, you won't understand that. And I answered this thing for bar staff, and I answered the advert. I had an interview, and the interviewer said, "You want to be a bar waiter?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You know all about cocktails and drinks?" And I said, "Yes, of course I do." Obviously, I'm from England, so we knew about tea and warm beer. My first day, they literally gave me a tray and said, "Go serve drinks." And I did, and I knew. I mean, the lady asked me for sex on the beach. I thought, this is a good job. I've only been here a day. Anyway, it's a drink, kids. It's a drink. So I was a terrible bar waiter, really, really bad. I mean, I didn't know anything. There was no training back then. It was very different. So after an incident which I won't go into, but I was fired as a bar waiter for violent conduct. It's actually true. No, it's true. What? Well, I punched the bar manager in the face because he hit me for trying to protect a bar waiter who he was hitting. And I stood in between them. I said, "You can't do that." And a little Indonesian kid and this bar manager was banging his head against the wall because he dropped a whole tray of drinks. So I stepped in front of him and he hit me, and I broke his nose and fractured his jaw. So it's nothing to be proud. I can't stand bullying in its weakest. Bullying is one of my. Oh, I hate it. So anyway, they said, "We realised you were protecting the staff," so they fired me as a bar waiter, gave me a microphone. And in 1990, I became the first cruise director in the fleet and in the cruise industry that was not an entertainer. Back then, you had to be a singer or a ventriloquist or a comedian or a magician or something. You were a proper entertainer. So, and I had the entertainment skills of a washing machine, so that was that. So. I'm very lucky. So 1990, I delivered 80 new ships for Carnival Cruise Line as a cruise director. I stopped in, after bringing the Breeze out, was my last ship as cruise director in 2010, and since then I've been doing this other stuff. So, thank you. Pardon? First ship I was cruise director on was the Carnival, which was the sister ship to Mardi Gras. Thank you. Next question. Lovely question.
Right over here.
Where, Lindsay? Yes. Hello, sir.
Hey, how you doing today?
How are you doing?
My name's Sean. 25 cruises with Carnival,
Wonderful.
35 overall.
Fantastic.
Now, there's a point there. The other 10 are with Holland America
Wonderful.
and Princess.
Yes.
Now, I heard rumor that they are going to try to combine the rewards program. Is this true?
No.
Can I? Is that your final
Next question, please. So listen, first of all, wonderful cruise lines, Princess and Holland America. They are part of Carnival Corporation and PLC. They're very much individually run cruise lines. Their loyalty programs are very, very different. As you know, some of the companies within the corporation have money spent on board as part of it. Instead of cruise days, it's the number of solid cruises. So combining it and synergizing it across the fleet is not very easy. Never say never, because we are more together now as a corporation than we've ever been because of COVID. So while I know of no plans to do this at the moment, I think personally it would be a good thing to do if it is possible.
Thank you. One other question.
Yes, sir.
That being said, can the crew members from Carnival jump to Holland and Princess and still stay under the same?
No.
job
Oh,
title?
okay.
Or is
So
it totally separate?
No, that's a very good question, Calvin. Why don't you answer this one?
You can.
No, you can't. Why? That's the point of you being.
No,
you
I know
can't.
you can.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay, Calvin.
I was going to say I worked in Holland, America, and I was on 3 ships. And
Excuse
then,
me. You were fired by Carnival.
Yes, I was fired by Holland, America.
And
then
then
I came
Con-
here.
And then you were
And
fired.
I was fired, and then
You
they
went-
wouldn't have me back, so
Right.
I came here. But if for next week, if my next contract, I have to come back here. Like I can't just. Nobody wants me on any of their ships. So the answer is no. I broke that
That's a good
policy.
question.
Yeah.
Basically, nobody wants Calvin anywhere else. No, the contract for the crew members, the contract for the crew members is specific to the company. So, whereas you may have some crew members that have worked for Holland or Princess or Cunard or Royal Caribbean or Norwegian before, as far as we're concerned, once they're here, they do their contract, and then we offer them another contract, or if they wish, but they would have to apply for the job separately. We don't intersperse crew members. Okay, do you know, I don't think I've ever been asked that question before. That's really good. Who's next?
Looks
Hello.
like we have a gift for you here from this lovely lady. What's your name?
Hello.
Good
Hi.
morning, John. My
Good-
name's Jennifer Butler.
Hi, Jennifer. Is this for me?
It's
It's a seashell. Oh, look at that.
and it.
Is this from one of the dining room tables?
No.
No, seriously, this is beautiful.
Well, I have no artistic ability
You do?
whatsoever, but my friend Vicky here made them as gifts to do the gift exchange, and she had one left, and I said, I think that would be nice for John.
Vicky, thank you so much. Did you put your cabin number on there? Thank you. Did she put a cabin number on there? Okay. She did? Okay. Thank you so much. I will just send you if you're here, would you? No, you're, because I'll never see it again. Thank you. Thank you, Jacinta. That's Jacinta, yes. If you can give her a big round of applause. I know a lot of you write to her. Thank you so much. Take a bow. Take a bow. The reason I didn't give it to Calvin, I should explain. When Calvin worked with me a couple of weeks before he would go on vacation, I would get a note on my desk with lots of equipment requests like flashlights and notepads and boxes of pens. And I thought, why do we all suddenly need such a large amount? And why did we, Calvin?
Because I used our storeroom as Christmas gifts for my parents and my sisters. And nothing says love like, 24 AA batteries and some safety shoes.
Next question, please. Thank you, Lindsay.
Hi, Gary from Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Hi, I'm covered in glitter.
6 crews with Carnival.
Thank you. And thank
And-
you for supporting the St. Groofus in June. Thank you.
And we're just, my wife and I are wondering when the Behind the Fun tours are going to start again.
There are 4 things that we're working on bringing back as soon as possible. Top of the list, priority boarding for Diamond Platinum. Second, the Dr. Seuss breakfast, Seuss breakfast. Behind the Fun is the other one, and I don't have a date when that's going to start. It's on the drawing board. It's been a long tunnel, right? The tunnel just seemed to get longer, but there are so many signs that things are getting. The extension of this to 72 days for fully vaccinated. No more bubble excursions anymore. And other things that are going to be announced in the days ahead that you'll see. This is all leading up to the home port of normality again, and one of those things will be a chance for you to go behind the crew-only door and see the bridge and the engine control room and Calvin's cabin and all those sorts of things.
It's more like a cabinet on the ship. No longer do I have a bathtub. you know, I have to.
Tell them about, would you like to hear about where Calvin's cabin is? And he's a department head. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna.
No, they do. They want to hear it.
Well,
you don't actually have to say it's on
no,
deck zero.
I don't care. I can give a number, like, you know. It's
0115.
3308.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
Doors on the latch.
He's on his way. He's just leaving now.
No, our cabins are very great, right?
Yeah.
I mean, our office, generally speaking, our office is my office. In your office, you were in cruiser, was in our own cabin, so we had an office attached to the room, which was great. On this ship, it's much smaller because we had to condense, but it's still a beautiful cabin. It's a lovely white arborite countertop with a deep blue carpet, and then of course we have a glass shower, which is nice. And then we have faux tile, like an auburn color, like tile.
All right, I think we've covered enough now.
A chevron
the
shape.
Arctic chevron shape. Okay. If
And
you
then
could-
I actually, you know, what's great about this cabin here is when I open the cabinets, there's lights that open up, and I can see my 2 outfits I have.
both of which he's wearing now. If you compare that to the first cabin I was on,
Tell me about
on
it.
the holiday, I shared a cabin with a person of, I won't say, he smoked in the cabin, it was a tiny little cabin, smoked in the cabin, he cooked in the cabin, he made Turkish tea in the cabin, and I literally, for the first 2 or 3 weeks, cried myself to sleep because it was awful. And I really, really wanted to go home, but I was determined to push through it. We shared a cabin, and we also shared 4 shower cubicles and 4 toilets between 28 of us. So things are different. And on the Mardi Gras, the original Mardi Gras, the crew members were in dormitory-style cabins. It was like a dormitory, so 22 people in one cabin. So things are different on this ship. Everybody has it's 2 to a cabin. The cabins are beautiful. They have USBs, they have televisions, they have refrigerators, they have private bathroom facilities. So, you know, it's changed for the guests a lot, but it's also changed for the crew. And, you know, Carnival looks after their crew. I can say this without any disrespect to any other cruise line. We take care of our crew better than any other cruise line, and that's why so many of the crew you will have seen come back and come back and come back again, because of you and because of the care and attention they get. Right, great question. Who's next? We're with
Here.
Lucille, right?
I have one here though.
You've got one there. Okay, thank you, Emil. Oh, don't give it to her. She's going to complain about something to do with Calvin. Go ahead. Mary Beth.
No, I think Calvin's
Mary Beth,
adorable.
stand up, please. Mary Beth is a travel agent. How many travel agents do we have here? Thank you for all your support. Thank you so much. Having a travel agent is like having a personal concierge to take care of you. And I know Mary Beth does a wonderful job. And what can we do for you?
Thanks for lying. You're great. Okay, a number of cruises I've been on. This is my 74th with Carnival. There's a few more. We don't talk about those with you. And I'm actually getting on the Paradise for the first sailing in over 2 years when we get off here. So it's side by side. The question is, it's not very clear on the website, and I often have to, with COVID going on, explain to people the process if they're doing a back-to-back or a side-by-side. It's not real clear on the website exactly how that process works.
So
with
you
the
talk about testing.
The testing, and then, you know, walking off and walking on. Most people are familiar with that. I have to go for my test at 2:30 today.
Yes.
And also, it's not real clear on what happens if that goes badly.
Well, first of all, the test is very simple. It's a rapid antigen. It takes 30 minutes, and then we notify the Paradise, so embarkation. When you go, they'll give you a letter or a piece of paper that says you've got proof of a negative test, and then you just walk across and show them that, and then you get straight on board. So you're going on a side-by-side, which is the new thing a lot of people are doing. Instead of back-to-back, getting on one ship and then getting off and going straight onto another Carnival ship. If you were to test positive, there is obviously things in place with that. You would have to go to a hotel for, I think it's now 5 days, until you then provide a negative test. I can't talk about medical things too much because obviously it goes within HIPAA and all that kind of stuff, but the number of positive tests that we have across the fleet is less than 0.1% or something, so it's tiny. So you're going to be fine. If you test positive, you have the choice of going to a hotel or staying with Calvin in his cabin.
Getting on the Paradise is going to be very emotional for me because I was on the Paradise from March 5th to March 10th of 2020.
The last cruise, yeah.
And I'd like to apologize because I think Janice and Floaty and I caused all this mess. Because on the first day of the cruise, we took a picture holding a Corona and giving the bird. And 4 days after we got off the cruise, we were all screwed.
So we're no longer calling it a Karen, it's now a Mary Beth, just so you know. Thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you so much.
And you look adorable with glitter on your face.
Thank you, I know. I've got glitter on my face.
I know, I love it. All your dreams may come true.
Good to see you.
Yes, Calvin, you're everyone's dream. Hi, my name's Janice.
Oh, you didn't get any reaction, did you, from that?
No, I did not.
Could you pass the microphone to the man next to you? Could you just say, Calvin, you're everybody's dream, and there will be a reaction? No, okay.
Hi.
What can we do for you? No way.
55 cruises with Carnival.
55, brilliant.
I want to know, what does it cost to refuel the Mardi Gras, and is it likely that the world fuel situation will affect Carnival?
That's a great question. It's slightly cheaper than refilling your car in California or the UK at the moment. What is it here now? About five? So I did the transfer from dollars to pounds. So in dollars to fill in England right now, it's just under 8.5. So yes, it's massive. And in Europe and right across these places, it's really expensive. Now, obviously, we are on this particular ship. We have, what do we have, Calvin? Liquid.
Liquid nitrogen gas. Am I right? Liquid. Natural gas. Did I say nitrogen? Oh, I have to go talk to those guests.
Yes, we have a nitrogen gas ship, so cigars under the stars tonight, everybody. Might as well say goodbye with a bang.
They know what I mean.
Yeah, now I don't know the figure, the dollar figure on the recent prices, because obviously with everything that's happening in the world, prices have gone up. Before that, we were spending just under $300,000 a week on fuel. Fuel is now, actually, the way it's looking, it's going to be the second biggest expenditure after the wages for the crew members and the team members ashore. Fuel. Now, as far as fuel surcharge, I don't know of any plans for us to have a fuel surcharge as we had to do 15 years ago, maybe, whenever it was. I can't promise and say never, but certainly there are no plans that I'm aware of to do that at the moment. You know, the situation in Eastern Europe is pretty bad. It really is, and lots of you have asked how the crew members are doing, and Carnival's going to be announcing today or Monday that we're donating a nice big amount of money to the Ukrainian fund, so we're going to be doing some things. There are some wonderful Ukrainian crew members on board. I've spoken in person to a lot of them, just sitting with them, not just how are you, but in-depth chats with them, and you know, it's absolutely awful. They can't go home. The airspace is closed. We have sent a few around the fleet to Romania and Poland, which are the bordering countries, and then it's up to them to see if they can make their way in or meet their families who are trying to escape the Ukraine at the moment. So it's a real difficult situation, but we know as a company we're doing everything we possibly can, and you know, my heart is heavy every time I watch the news. I find it sickeningly addictive watching the news because it's so close to home. Literally, you know, when I'm in Europe, and for people, you know, like just in Romania and Poland and all these places, it's right there, it's happening right now. And we have a lot of Ukrainian crew members, and a lot of them are home and were waiting to come home, but obviously they can't get out of the country either. So our thoughts are with them, and let's hope that calmer heads prevail and that there is peace in our time. Thank you.
Hi, John. This is Gene from California. About 40 Carnival cruises.
Thank you. Hi, Gene.
Hi.
Very important on a cruise ship. Hi, Gene.
Hi, Gene.
Just try.
Speaking of hygiene, how about the first time you and Calvin worked together?
Oh, Calvin.
Do you remember when we first met?
Yep.
What ship was it?
Fantasy.
That's right. And it was a fantasy. But I remember...
I'm going to stand up. I feel like a ventriloquist dummy now. I feel like you're going to... Go ahead. Yes, fantasy.
Yeah, but I remember we really connected on the Carnival Freedom. Do you remember that? And we had to go to the cigar store in, do you remember where? Grand Cayman. So, do you remember what happened? Well, of course, we were in a cab because, of course, the streets are for the guests. And the cab would only take us so far, right? Do you remember what happened next? So we had to walk, and of course, he was in his sweatpants and a t-shirt, and I was in my tights. And John we were walking, I was walking just a little bit behind, and then all of a sudden, John do you remember what you did? You reached your hand out, and I thought that you wanted me to hold your hand while we crossed the street. And I had no idea, like I knew John
I
sort
was
of, but
stretching my arm muscle because I'd been carrying a bag, and I swapped hands and I got cramp in my arm, and I put my arm like this, and I'm walking down the street, and the next thing I know, I've got Chewbacca's hand right next to me here.
I grabbed his hand.
No, we're not going to do it again. And then I thought, oh, what's that? And then he broke out into a skip.
Yeah, that was before the gout.
Yeah.
But
tell him about on the fantasy when I first met you, how I rescued you. I think I've told this story. It's probably boring.
yeah, it's probably boring. Yeah, but you did rescue me.
Well,
and,
the cruise director said, I was taking over the ship just for 3 weeks.
Because we were going to Charleston
for the very first time. And she said, I know you're only here for 3 weeks, but you need to get rid of this guy because he's this, this, and this. And I thought, well, okay. And that first meeting, you were very rude. You kept looking at your watch during the meeting.
Yes, I was. Your meetings last a long time. And my blood pressure was low. My blood sugar was low.
First impressions.
Yeah.
So, and I thought, you can't be that bad. So that afternoon, the guests were all on board, and I'm walking through the lobby, and there's the big bag toss board, and nobody's playing big bag toss. And then suddenly, boom. And I look up, Calvin's hosting big bag toss from the 9th floor of the lobby, having the guests drop the bean bags.
Well, had you been more creative in the scheduling, I wouldn't have it 3 times a day.
Okay. And then I went to bingo, and then I went to bingo. And then I went and watched him bingo, and he was calling bingo, and it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen, ever. And I thought, this guy's brilliant. And so I kept him, and here he is. I think we've stroked you enough now, Calvin. I think who's next?
I am. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, John. One of the things I love about you.
What's your name, darling? Sorry.
Julie.
Julie, lovely to meet you.
One of the things I love about you is how much you love your mom. And I've started following your page. And it's more of a comment than a question. One of the things that Carnival has done for us is given me something to do with my parents as they're getting older. We've taken them on 5 cruises in the last 4 years. And I love it. And I love that you're so close with your mom. And I just wanted to say thank you for that because I think you're an example in that area.
Thank you. What a lovely thing to say. Thank you. There is nothing that gives me greater pleasure than to see generational cruises. Daughters sailing with mum and dad, sons sailing with mum and dad, brothers and sisters, mum and daughter, father and son. Those sorts of things really touch me. And when you see your mum next, give her my very best wishes, won't you? My mum is 84. We lost dad 8 years ago, and she's had some problems, one of which has been since COVID. She won't leave the house. She thinks the big monster's going to come and get her, and I haven't put any pressure on her whatsoever. I thought about drugging her and, doing all that stuff. But, so, 3 or 4 times a week I do her shopping for her and go and see her and sit with her, and we watch the Antiques Roadshow together. And her new favourite show, it's on PBS, you've got to watch it, then you can think of my mum. It's called The Repair Shop, if you've seen it. It's one of those programmes that cannot possibly offend anybody. It's just lovely. So we watch that, and I take care of her. I'd love to bring her out on the ship, but obviously that's not possible. So just thank you. That means the world to me, and best to your parents. Thank you. And Calvin, your mum's sailing next week.
Yes.
Turn your microphone on.
Yes, she is. I'm excited to see her. Phyllis Pearl is coming, so she's great. Yeah, she sails with me at least once a year, and we haven't sailed together since, of course, before we shut down, so it'll be nice to see her. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Edith, and I'm from Florida.
Hi, Edith.
Hi. And I've probably done 20 cruises, I don't know, on Carnival.
Wonderful.
And I ran into Calvin at the Pig and Anchor, do you remember?
At the buffet?
Well, at the bar.
At the bar.
At the bar.
1 or 2, yeah.
And I mistook him for you. And I said, oh, are you John? His back was to me, but you'll
2 words. I test. I mean, there are similarities, but stand up, Calvin.
He's
I mean,
tall.
He's tall.
And it was his back to me.
Okay.
But you know what he told me when I said, are you John? He said, no, I'm his boss.
Edith, I did not. You're a liar. Edith was drinking at the time.
I'm his boss. Okay.
Well, technically, when you're on board, as the entertainment director, you have to do what I say.
Thank you, Edith. Yes, he's my boss. Thank you. What's that? Pardon? Yes, if anybody has those books, we're handing them out.
We only have a few minutes left because bingo's coming up, and we need to do bingo.
Oh, popular decision from the entertainment director, or as he's known,
Yeah, we brought you-
my boss. What time is bingo?
We have a few minutes.
All right. Okay.
So.
All right. I will sign the book. Afterwards, I'll stand at the front if anybody wants, because I haven't had my picture taken at all this week. I haven't had a hot coffee all week. But yes, what time's bingo? Do you want to start the sales now?
No, the sales are being sold out there now.
Oh, there's a
They're
young
being
man
sold
waving
while
at you
you're
behind.
doing
There's a
this.
young man behind you.
Yes. Well, hi. Sales are great? Okay, Gabe. Bingo starts at 1, yes. Okay, thank you, Gabe. So, no, it doesn't work that way, sir. I said 5 minutes.
15 more minutes. If we stop at 12:30, is that okay with you? That gives you enough time? Do you want to do another 20 minutes? Okay. All right. If any of you leave now, I know food is more important than me and Calvin, so... No? Okay. Next question, Emil. Oh, sorry, no, that's... Sorry, that was from the other night. You know, you saw me afterwards backstage. Were you here for that Liars Club thing, right? Calvin said, I didn't get that joke. I said, Calvin, you went to a swingers club.
You can stop, John.
Okay,
This is,
all right,
this
okay.
This is a general audience, John.
Okay, good. Hello.
Hi, John. I'm Lynn. I'm from Georgia.
Hello, Lynn.
I am a longtime cruiser, but first-time Carnival guest. So thank you
Really?
for having
So
me
you're
on
blue
board.
card? Wow.
So,
Well, first of all, you are very welcome. Welcome to the Carnival family. These people all remember their first cruise, and I hope you've had a wonderful time.
It's been an amazing week.
Thank you.
I'm very blessed to be here for your birthday this week, too. That
Thank
was
you.
pretty neat. So my question for you, if there's any other first-time cruisers in the room, especially with Carnival, is what is your one thing that I should make sure I've done or do today before I disembark tomorrow?
That's a brilliant question, Calvin.
Bingo.
Do you have a bingo card? Do you have a card for bingo?
I do not, and let me clarify, Calvin. I'm a spouse to a military member. They don't make money.
Okay.
I'm here for free. I don't have money to spend.
Okay,
Thank
but
you.
Excuse me.
Are you buying
hold on
my
a sec-
card?
Yes, I am. No, seriously. First time cruiser, and because you're the spouse of a military, someone who serves, come and see him after this. And he's got my personal number, and he'll give you a bingo card. Just you.
Well, listen, it's all about doing something you've never done before, right? And I said it this morning on the morning show. You know, if you haven't ridden Bolt yet, we're the only ship in the industry with Bolt. If you haven't gone down the water slides, go down the water slides. And of course, if you're a vegan, you can eat a hot dog. You have to do something you've never done before. I've been a vegan now for 12 hours, and I think it's about time I have a dog. So.
And also, take a photo with your towel animal. You should do that. And take a photo with the person that made the towel animal. And take a few moments to speak to them about their lives back home. And tell them how much you've appreciated their service.
Yes.
Those are the things that I really recommend as well. Thank you so much, and I hope I'll see you soon. What's your husband's name?
Drew,
Drew, and he serves in the...
U.S. Army.
Give Drew a big round of applause. Thank you. We'll take that back to Drew. Thank you. Bingo. Oh. Who's next?
All right, we're right back here. It's me.
Hello.
Hi, John. John from Indiana.
Hi, John.
I don't know if you remember the Freedom Halloween cruise through the Panama Canal,
I do.
but I don't know if you still got your coin from that cruise.
I do. It's at home on my wall, and I'm very grateful. Tell everybody about it.
We have another one for you right now, but there's also going to be one that's in gold glitter and a regular one, auctioned off, I think, by you and Chris at St. Jude today.
If you give it to this young lady, she's going to give it to Chris. And
This
we're
one
gonna-
is yours.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Could I
You
see
got-
it now?
We got the others I'll be bringing up later
Okay.
on. There'll be 8 more of those auctioned off
Fabulous.
also.
If I could just have if you could run it down here, and I'm going to thank you so much. So John has made these coins, and it says once in a lifetime, Mardi Gras, March 3rd, 12th, 5th to the 12th, and it's got a beautiful, it's gold engraved, and on the back, turn it over, it says 50th celebration coin. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to leave this one here at the front, So if anybody wants to come and look at it, and then we're going to auction, or Chris and Calvin will auction them off during Groove for St. Jude. But this one I will keep with extreme pride and gratitude to you, John. Thank you so very, very, very much. Thank you. Don't let, if Calvin says I'm taking it back to my cabin to look after you, don't do it, because so don't give it to Calvin. Yeah.
Just remember, Gabe, you work for me. Not for John. John will be gone in a day. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I don't know how you do it.
We have a great time and we love him so much.
Oh.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Neil. I'm from Pennsylvania. This is my 20th cruise with Carnival, and I have 7 more booked. So
fabulous.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Neil.
We love the ship. Obviously, this is our first time on this beautiful ship, and with all the excitement, rightly so, with Mardi Gras, Celebration, and Jubilee, I want to know if you could give us an update on the Costa Magica.
Yes, so Costa Magica is a ship that thank you, Neil, great question, that we're taking from Costa Cruise Line. It's going to spend and have an extensive dry dock, which starts very soon, and it will be converted into a fun ship with lots of new features. It's sort of Conquest / Splendor class, and it's going to have a Carnival name and lots of new things on board. And I believe we're going to announce all of that in early April, so in just a couple of weeks' time. But it's going to be wonderful because, of course, we've got 2 more big ships like this one coming. So it's good that we get Costa Magica because that's a medium-sized ship, and we can do some things on there that I think are going to be very special. Very good. Good question. And, of course, we say bye. Thank you for coming. Where are you going? Your bladder? Well, 2 empty glasses, okay.
Susan.
Bye, Susan.
Bye, Susan.
Are you coming back? Is it number 1 or number 2? What are we doing here? I don't know. Susan's number 2, okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed for you, Susan.
Hi,
Don't
John.
forget to pick up bingo tickets on your way out.
There's toilet paper in there, Calvin. Oh, by the way, I should tell you, and listen, I'm telling you now, I haven't officially announced this yet, but I was in the Vice President of Housekeeping's office last week when I was doing some filming, and there is a new upgraded, double, triple pleated, but still disposable through the suction toilet system toilet paper coming. So the scientists have invented better toilet paper.
Well, stop the presses. Update.
And on the Celebration, the toilet roll holders are going to be in a different position because sometimes they're different. Sorry, Dan, I'll be right with you. And also, the toilet brushes are going to be made of yak hair for the Celebration as opposed to beaver, which is what they are at the moment.
Those poor yaks. Do you know the yak is my spirit animal?
Well, we knew it wasn't the beaver, Calvin, so that's... animal. Sorry, Dan.
Hi, John.
Hi, Danny. It's good to see you. You know, this ship is so... I walk around filming all day. I'm backwards and forwards, up and down, left and right, and then I saw somebody today. I didn't even know they were on board. It's big, big. Dan, what can we do for you?
Well, this is I'm from Pennsylvania. This is our 63rd cruise.
Where's your lovely wife?
Down at the spa.
Okay.
We're going to try out the Princess next 2 months in May. and we're going to go over to meet the Pride. Are you going to be on the Pride on any of the summer cruises on the Pride in UK?
Yes.
And if you know of an itinerary, that'd be great. Which one you're going to be on? But
I'm going to be doing, for certain, the British Isles cruise. I'm going to do the Greek island and Turkey cruise, and one of the Norwegian fjord cruises. I'm also definitely going to do the Baltic cruise because I think it's important that I go on that one. We had to obviously stop St. Petersburg, and we've replaced it with an overnight in Stockholm, Sweden. So there's going to be, and then we're going to go to the little outside Swedish ports, which are beautiful. So yeah, that's my intention.
well, for the first time that I know of, we're doing 6 back-to-backs, all different itineraries.
On the Pride?
On the Pride. And now that St. Petersburg comes up, I don't know, I haven't really got into the changes.
Yeah, that's the only port. Everything else is the same. We're still going to Estonia because that's not connected to the Soviet. Now, obviously, if things change between now and then, we'll take the necessary precautions. But Holland America are doing this run now already, and it's wonderful.
How is that, if somebody has to rebook because of St. Petersburg or whatever, is that considered incentive to rebook, or is that?
Well, if for those people on the cruise, we're replacing the port. So if you did decide that the normal penalties would apply, I'm afraid, because it is a port exchange. But I think when you look at the itinerary and the fact that we're doing an overnight, and you've got Estonia and Helsinki, and I think we've added,
One in Germany, right?
We're already doing Warnemünde. I think we've added, what's the English? Hold on. Oh, it's Amsterdam. Of course it is. It's Amsterdam. So I think the fact that we've got those European ports is going to be a great cruise.
We did that route as well in the Legend. It was a beautiful route. I loved it. It was beautiful.
No, that's all I had. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Danny. Well, there's a reason to do it because Calvin and I did it 15 years ago.
No, but you'll love it. And Tallinn, Estonia is beautiful. They have a great coffee shop kind of built into half a cave. And
Right. Calvin, can I tell my favorite Calvin story? Well, there's one I can't tell because that really is my favorite, but I can't tell that one. So we did a cruise that I've actually been pushing for, and we've got it back in. It's sold out in 2 days. A cruise, a round trip from Baltimore, Maryland to Greenland and Iceland. Some of you are doing that one. We did that one, right?
It was beautiful.
So we went through Prince Edward Sound, which is the incredible. Did anybody do this cruise with us? A few of you. It was amazing, wasn't it? We went through this beautiful fjord, which is just stunning. I mean, not in Alaska you get the little lumps of ice. Here you've got these massive icebergs, and the captains. It's just incredible. The huge glaciers on both sides, and the polar bear. It's just unbelievable. The northern lights, and oh, it was incredible. So we stopped at this tiny little. It was just a tiny place. It was didn't even have a name, and it was the most northerly stop before you get through to the Antarctic. So it was yes, and they had a little tiny post office there, and it was just maybe 150 people that lived there, and they're all, can't call them Eskimos anymore. What's the word? Inuits. Thank you. And so we had to get in a tender, the ship's boat, Calvin and I. We got in the tender with the staff captain, and we'd given everybody a postcard, and they wrote it out, and we took the sacks of postcards with the cash to give to the Inuits there. Now, I'd never seen anything like this. I got off, and there were, animal. There was whale and seals, or just that they were using because they live off the sea, right? There's just ice and the sea, and they lived in the traditional igloos and the little wooden. It was the most incredible thing. And I'm walking off onto this little thing, shaking hand with the head of the village, and my mouth's open wide. I'm like, and then I look at all of these Inuits, and they're all standing there like this. All of them. And I'm thinking, why are they looking like that? And they weren't even looking at me then. They weren't looking at the staff captain or anybody in the white uniform. And I looked to my left, and there's Calvin, and I realise he's wearing pink shorts, a pink t-shirt, a pink hat, and pink socks. 6'4", dressed in pink, and you built up quite a relationship with them. They offered you a dead seal and everything, didn't they? It was like, oh, but nobody ever got their postcard because they stole the money.
I still have people. Well, we shouldn't assume. Maybe the boat or picked them up, and but I still get comments about have we got the postcards. It's like yeah.
It was a great cruise.
But you organized that.
Yes, and we're going to be doing it again. Except for we're not going to give him any money. No.
We're not going to.
Wonderful cruise. I hope some of you will come and join us. And we've got time for 2 more questions. Put your phone down. 12:30. We can do 2 more, and then we've got hello.
Good afternoon, you handsome W.
Thank you.
I'm Peggy.
Hi, Peggy. Peggy always writes on my Facebook that I'm handsome.
I'm from Georgia, and the gentleman, I know there's lots of us in here that are going to be joining him on the Pride Cruises in Europe next year. Does that also include that you are going to be on our Celebration Transatlantic?
I am booked on the Celebration Transatlantic. The sad news, unfortunately, is that the entertainment director for the celebration has been chosen. And I will definitely see you there.
Okay, and how about the cruise director?
We haven't announced the cruise director yet, but I think I'm not going to do it now.
We're not. He's not. Don't do it.
I'm not doing it. We have chosen the cruise director, but we have to do a proper big announcement. But I think everybody's going to be very happy, and that's it. That's all I can say. I will see you there. It's me. It's me. It's me. There we go. Thank you, darling. It's going to be a wonderful cruise, and Texas is very lucky to get a big ship like this. We're very proud to get to Texas. We love sailing from there. Sorry, Jubilee. Yes, Jubilee going to Texas. Sorry, Celebration going to Miami.
All right, last question. Make it
right
a great
here.
one.
It's going to be good.
Right here,
I can feel it.
Right here.
Hello.
First and foremost, I want to thank you guys. My husband served 20 years in the military, and you guys have been our incentive to every time he deployed. We have 7 cruises. He deployed 6 times. So every time he deployed, we always said, come back and we're going to go on Carnival. So you have been our hope to keep on having him come home.
Your name,
so
his name is?
His name's Patrick.
Patrick, stand up and take a round of applause from you for your service. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Patrick.
So from my kids, we have 4 kids, and then me personally, thank you for giving us hope to be like, Daddy, you got to come home because we got to go on that cruise.
Where are the kids?
They are at home. They're grown adults, so now they got to pay their own way now.
Well, there's maybe, never too late.
Oh, they'll be back in July. We'll be.
No, I meant for a brother or sister or something.
Oh no, 45. I'm done. I am so done. We'll spend for the grandkids. That's cool.
All right, that's a good way.
My question is, I am a woman of crafts. I love crafts. So I like to paint, I like to create, I like to sew, I like to do any of those. Have you guys ever thought of having like something like that where we could pay to do some type of craft?
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah, we actually had that a few years ago called Creative Cove, if you can remember. And but we had it, and then it went away. So we're hopefully we'll bring it back or bring some sort back. We did have some crafts and arts and crafts that we used to do, and of course now we just have to source and kind of manage that. But I used to actually do ribbon roses. I used to teach how to do ribbon roses, and so maybe
You should bring that back. So we did have something called Paint and Sip just before
Paint and
COVID.
Sip.
Although I have to
Let's go back
say,
to the
people were
cabin.
sipping more than they were painting. Yes.
Yeah. We did those on the longer cruises to Alaska.
I think we should bring. How many people would like us to do a paint and sip? Oh wow! All right, very good. I'm think we should look at doing that. And I sometimes think we forget about the little things like that. You know, all these restaurants and bowls and water slides and all these things. But sometimes just sitting and painting and meeting people, and sometimes we forget that those simple things are really popular as well. That's right. Interesting. Yeah. All right. So
you used to say that the best. You always used to tell our guests when you were a cruise director that the best thing what don't forget to also just one night walk out on the promenade and look at the stars hand in hand with their loved one. And I think it's something that we should do. Like not you and I, but we should. Like not you and I, but we as a group should do it.
Some people are leaving, they feel sick right now, that's right.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining.
I did used to say that, and I still believe, because sometimes, especially as the ships get bigger with big screens and all these things, we sometimes forget about the thing that gets us from A to B, and that's the sea. And you know, standing, if you don't have a balcony, standing against the railing one night and just listening and hearing the sea and looking at it, especially at night under the star, I think it's still a very special thing, and I do encourage people to do that. I think it's wonderful.
Sometimes I go out there by myself and I just look at the sea and things about the sea, like the lightning that comes out in the horizon, and
just so beautifully said, like the lightning that comes out.
No, like sometimes
that's
in the
poetic,
distance,
isn't it?
there's lightning, and sometimes I have some earphones in and I'm listening to some Doris Day. So yeah, when you're alone and you don't have love, you kind of make it work. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I have books. Books are my friends. Like I'm reading right now. I'm reading Wuthering Heights and
Wuthering Heights.
Withering Heights.
Withering.
What is it?
Wuthering.
Wuthering. What's that mean? I haven't read it. I'm on like page 2 for days.
When something withers, it shrinks and gets small.
Oh, that's so us. Anyway, we have to go. We have to get ready for bingo, but please stay for bingo. Have a great day. And will you be up at Groove?
Up at Groove.
Will you be upstairs on Lido Deck for Groove?
What time is it?
It's going to be at 2 o'clock. Yes,
sure
2 o'clock.
about that?
Yes, I am
What, are
very
you
sure.
confirming with a guest? The entertainment director confirming what time Groove is in
Yeah, so please meet us there.
Yes, no, of course.
Thank you.
And come and join us for that. And also, I'm going to sign that book. If any of you want to take a very quick photo, I will stand here for the next 15 minutes.
Because 1 o'clock, bingo
I
starts.
understand. You said it. Come back a minute. I have to finish. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please thank Calvin and our 2 microphone people. Thank you so much. And if you would like to take a picture with Calvin, he will also be here for you now. So Calvin's going to come and join me for photos. Yes, you know, you're coming to do photos. People want you. People want to meet you.